Are you a parent in this 21st century looking for parenting tips? Then this video is for you. Do make sure you watch it today. All right. I know parenting in this 21st century is not easy because you as the parent or guidance, you need to balance either your college, your career and parenting at the has to do with multitasking, and I know that it is not easy. And when you look at children in the 21st century, okay, they are much more different from children in the past, okay, and it is really important that you as a parent, you parent these children differently, okay, because the way parenting is many years back is different from the way it is now in the 21st century, and it is really important that you as the parent, that's what it takes to parent in this 21st century. So on today's episode of Early Years Matters TV, I am going to be sharing 5 tips that will help you as parents in the 21st century. All right, let's dive. Tip number 1, you must be there for your children. I must say the first way to go about parenting in this 21st century is you as the parent or as the guardian, you must be there for your children. And like I said earlier, I know it is not easy. You as the parent balancing your career, either your work, either you're in college, you're studying and parenting at the same time. But it is really important that irrespective of everything that you're doing, amidst of everything that you're doing, you need to be there for your children. Like I said, you're parenting in the 21st century, and these children, they are much more one step ahead of you. So it's really important that you be there for your children, create time for your children, because when you're there for your children, you'll be able to find out a lot about them. Because most of these children, there are things, I must say to you, there are things that you need to find out about your children, and it is when you're there for them, when you spend time with them, that you'll be able to know much more about them. So the first way to parenting in the 21st century is you need to create time to be there for your children. Among all your busy schedule, you need to create this bonding time. You need to create time that you will bond with your children. You need to create time that you do things with your children, because when you do things with your children, you find out a lot about the student. You find out in terms of their interest, you find out about what they love to do. And when you also create time for your children will engage in discussion. There are sometimes that children want to talk with adults, they want that trusted adult to talk to, and it is really important that you as the parent, you should be there for your children. Okay, so the first tip that I'm sharing in relation to you as the parent parenting in this 21st century is to create time for your children. Irrespective of what you're doing in this 21st century and beyond, you need to create time for your children. So that is tip number 1. Take note of this. Tip number 2, you as the parent or the guardian, you need to be approachable. Okay, you need to be approachable to your children. Most of the time, or sometimes, the children, your children, they will want to say things to you, and these children will be watching out for your facial expressions. They will watch out if you're in the mood to listen to them. So it's really important that the tip number 2 for you as a parent in relation to parenting in this 21st century is be approachable. Let your children be able to come to you and discuss. Sometimes some children want to go to their parents and say, oh, I'm tired, I'm busy at work, I had a long day today, I'm tired, I just want to go to bed, nobody should come to me. Your children want to come to you, just no, I don't have time for discussion, I'm busy. No, like I said, we are in the 21st century, and it is really important that you as the parent, you need to be one step ahead of this student. And how can you be one step ahead of this student as well? Be approachable. When your children comes to you, give them that smiling face, irrespective of what you've went through in the day. Be approachable. Let your children come to you, smile, because when your children watch out for your facial expressions that you're not in the mood to listen to them, they tend to leave you. Be approachable. When your children come closer to you, smile, ask them questions. I hope you're okay. Do you need me for anything? Because sometimes you as the parent, you have to make that bold step first. In terms of being approachable to your children, you need to ask them questions. I hope everything is going on well with you. You see your child coming closer to you. Oh, hi Johnny, hope everything is okay today. Is there anything you would like to discuss with me? So tip number 2 in relation to parenting in this 21st century is you need to be approachable. In relation to being approachable as well, you need to be friendly with your children, because when you're friendly with them, come to you to approach you. But bear in mind, in relation to being this boundary as well, that the boundary that the children know that yes, they cannot cross. But it's really important. Tip 2 in relation to parenting is be approachable. Tip number 3 in relation to parenting in this 21st century, you need to share your children up, okay? Like I said earlier in my previous video, children are unique individuals. They are born with their own strength, and it is really important, as these children interest, and it is really important that you as the parent or guardian, you need to share them up, okay? There are some things that your children will love to do, be it they want to engage in sport, they want to engage in music, they want to engage in art and craft, and it is really important that you as the parent, it is your role to share your children up. Nobody is going to do it for you. So in relation to parenting in this 21st century as well, you need to share your children up. If there's something that they are good at, support them, make them move. It could be maybe enrolling them in extra classes that would help them in terms of their interest. So it's really important that you as the parent parenting in this 21st century, you need to share up your children. Anything that they are good at, give them positive feedback, support them, okay? So take note of this. Tip number 4, this is really important, and I would like you to take note of this. Say no to comparison. I must say to you, as a parent parenting in this 21st century, you must say no to comparison in terms of do not compare your children with other children. This is really wrong. When you compare your children with other children, it's not going to help those children in terms of their self-esteem. Say no to comparison. Even if you see other children doing well, your role is to encourage your children. Do not compare. Do not say things such as, oh, look at Tony. Tony is really doing well in college. Tony did well. Tony did this. Tony did that. It's not good for your children, because children will not like to hear things like this. It's like you are not encouraging them. So it's really important. If there's something that you want your children to do, just encourage them. Say no to comparison. And I also want you to take note of this as well. Say no to comparison between compare your children, okay? Your children are different. Do not compare your first child to your second child or your third child to say, oh, the first child is making me so proud. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of her. You as the sister, you're supposed to be doing well. It's not really good for children in terms of their self-esteem. So it's really important that you say no to comparison. If there's something that you want your children to do, there are better ways of going about this, okay? Sit them down, have a discussion with them. I would like you to do well, okay? It's really important that you do well in life for so and so reasons. Let the children know and let them see reasons compared to other children and say, oh, you and Johnny, you are the same age and Johnny is actually making it in life. Look at you, you're still in the same spot. It's not good for children, okay? So encourage them to do well, but say no to comparison. Do not compare other children with your children. Do not compare each of your children as well. It's really important. And I also want you to know that what might work for parent A might not work for you. And parenting does not come with manual. That is one thing I want you to know. There is no manual to parenting. So you as the parent, you deal with your children. You deal with each of your children. And also you as parent as well. If you have multiple children, this is where your role comes in. You're not going to deal with all of your children the same. For example, if you have 3 children, you're not going to deal with them the same, because your 3 children, they have different needs, they have different wants, they have different likes, okay? And they're unique individuals in their own. They have their own strength. And it is really important that you as the parent, you help these children to be unique individual. It is your role as the parent to bring out the positivity. It is your role as the parent to bring out the potential in your children. So I'm going to encourage you. Tip number 4 to parenting in this 21st century, say no to comparison. All right. Last tip, which is tip number 5. You as the parent parenting in this 21st century, you have to be the best parent ever, okay? You have to be the best parent to your children. Let your children be so proud of you that you are the best parent so far, okay? And how can you be the best parent to your children? You have to model positive behaviors, okay? There are some behaviors that are expected in the community, and these are the behaviors that you want your children to exhibit as well. So it's really important that you as the parent, you teach these children this behavior, catch them young, okay? So it's really important that you be the best parent to these children, teach them mannerism, teach them to be kind, teach them to be polite to people, teach them empathy. And it starts from you, because it's been proved to research that you as the parent, you are the first teacher of your children, okay? Nobody is going to teach your children. Nobody is going to train your children. Nobody is going to do it exactly the way you want to do it. So it's really important in relation to you as the parent, parenting in this 21st century, that you be the best parent to your children. And I also want you to know that this children stages is once in a lifetime. If a child is 10 today, the child will never be 10 tomorrow. So it's really important that you as a parent, parenting in this 21st century, that you be the best parent, okay? Let your children look back, reflect each day that yes, my mother, my father, they are the best parents in the whole wide world, okay? So I want you to take note of these 5 tips that I've shared, okay? And subscribe to this channel, Early Years Matters TV. What are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell, so that every time I upload a video, you'll be the first person. Because on this channel, I'm going to be dishing out parenting tips. I'm going to be teaching, okay? So, and I'm going to be reviewing toys as well in relation to education. Thank you so much, and do have a lovely day. Stay safe and bye.